8,
Michael, you
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
hello and good day. My name is Phantom Lion, and we are all gathered here today to celebrate the life of Jeffrey McLean, also known as Glitch, also known as Feelin. As you can probably tell, this is a virtual gathering, which is going to save a shit ton on airfare and snacks. We have scheduled speakers here today with us, and we will also be taking comments from the Glitch Corner Memorial chat. Without further ado, I give you Jeffrey's very own mother, Bernice McLean.
Hi. Jeffrey was born. When Jeffrey was born, his doctor said it's a boy, and his dad says, "What about my wife?" And the doctor said, "She's still a girl." He slept through the night, so the nurses put him at the far end so the other babies wouldn't bother him. When he finally got on his feet, he ran. He didn't walk. By the time he was 9 years old, home computers were coming out. We'd had video games before that, video game machines. So I gave him a Commodore VIC-20 and a book on programming and said, "You like games, make them." And he had it down in a month and a half. Later, there was a contest a few years later, and he did a programming thing for this company, and we saw his program running as an ad, so we weren't too surprised that he won first prize. But what happened was a friend was visiting with us that day, and he said, "Don't be disappointed if he doesn't get it." And he walked in with the letter and a check. So he bought 2 computers because we were always using the same one, and he would run up my phone bill because with BBSs he really didn't have many people to talk to except in San Francisco. But when he got the 2 computers, then I had mine and he had his, and that was much better because we weren't interfering with each other. Most of the stuff he learned for free. He didn't have to spend a whole lot of money, and he believed in helping others the same way. So he wouldn't charge. And then he started, we had a satellite dish and we could get news from around the world and a lot more information than you could just watching the regular TV shows. So once he got into the internet, that's when he started reaching out to people and connecting in with you. And he got way more information and he was able to share with all of you. And he never wanted to charge anyone his stuff. He would just do his projects and share it with people. And I'm so glad that he had all of you as friends. He, reached out to a lot of you. That's pretty much it. Hello?
Oh, I'm still here.
Yeah, that was it. Done.
All right, excellent. As a just reminder, I thank everyone for having their mics muted while Bernice was speaking. Next to speak, I believe, is Sid Silverwing. Go right ahead.
My name is Sidolfas Silverwing. I knew Jeff since approximately 2008 or 2009. It's blurry at this point. I was a young and stupid teenager. I still am in all honesty, even at 29 with autism. Jeff was considerably more learned about a great many things online and offline, especially in politics. I wish I appreciated much sooner everything he did for me back then, and even in later times. He was an excellent source of facts, wisdom, and at times even comedy. If not for him sharing his valuable insights with me, I would still be an ignorant little child. Despite him identifying as a troll, the very antithesis of my being, I identify as a paladin, and this was something he was acutely aware of. He was still a man of principles. He didn't take shit from anyone, and I highly respect that. I think it's important that we strive to be happy that we knew Jeff at all, in lieu of being sad that he's no longer with us. I say strive because there's no hiding that this is going to be a particularly hard wound to heal. Thanks for everything, Felinoid. I will remember you always. Requiescat in pace.
All right, excellent. Thank you very, very much. Vixen, are you there?
All right.
All right. Up next is Hungry Vixen, and after Hungry Vixen, we will be taking comments. I do believe there's a few things that people in the chat wanted to convey. So after Hungry Vixen, we'll be taking any comments from the chat. Go right ahead.
Greetings. I am Nobody Nothing, a resident of the Phantom Lion channel, and you can call me Felinoid. That's my favorite line from Felinoid. Call him Felinoid. I've watched his videos for almost a decade. I would consider myself quite a fan of his. More from the YouTube side. I met him on Skype around 2014. I always thought he was a really funny guy, and he knew a lot about computers and the history of technology and like that. He told me about his mother and his computer story. I remember made a game like Space Invaders. He said when he was a kid, he was quite proud of that. He was actually going to remake it this year, but he never got an opportunity to. But I'm glad I got to know about it, and I like hearing Burnus tell the rest of the story. I didn't know he had an award for it. And that's kind of it. I was just more of a fan of his, but I did talk to him for quite a long time and felt like I should be here. I believe Wolf wanted to speak after me if you're not doing any more speakers. That's it.
Thank you very much for that, Hungry Vixen. So we'll be taking any comments. There doesn't seem to be at the moment. So we can do comments after. So
I have a few words, if you don't mind.
Give me a second. There is a pecking order, but yeah, Wolf, you are next. Wolf, was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Okay, excellent. Wolf, go right ahead. Take the.
Greetings. Okay. Filinoid, to me, represented a renegade. He was a rule breaker, but at the same time, he was inspirational to me in a lot of ways. I met him back on Skype around the same time. Vixen met him, and then, he was kind of engrossed in this whole strife of anti-furrydom versus furrydom, and the rights and the wrongs of that. But, what I found and learned from him was, the art of trolling. And in many of his videos, he was inspirational to me in, just perfecting trolling and really coming to grips with what makes a good troll and what just makes something unfunny and hurtful. So in many ways, he was a very interesting person to talk to and get to know over the years. And I remember watching some of his videos where he was talking about his blood pressure, and that really got to me. I was like, hey man, I reached out to him in the comments section. I was like, hey, is everything all right? Are you getting that under control? And he was like, yeah. He's like, everything, seems to be on the up and ups. And then, when I heard the news, it was quite a shock to me to hear about his demise. And, um, you know, something we weren't really expecting from a man of his young age. But, in the end, we all learn and grew from him in different ways. I took back a different message from him, and that is, trolling. Whereas, he had been versed in many different fields, programming, uh, developing video games, or um, making YouTube videos. But, what I took away the most from him is just how to be a funny person on the internet. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Excellent, excellent. Harriet, how's it going? Thank you for being here. And let's see, who is next? All right. Well, there's another person, but they're going to be very, very late, which is fine. So we'll be taking comments from the glitch corner, and someone typing right now. All right. I guess while that's going, I guess I can explain my history with Fiona. And I don't even know where to begin. We met feels like forever ago. He's one of pretty much original people that met me, like when I was like at my peak of YouTube popularity, or whatever you want to call that. So we've known each other for a long time. I'd say close to a decade. We've known each other because he's and nothing is more valuable to me than what he did for me. I informed him that I was going to go through some hardships. Among those hardships was winding up on the streets, and he figured out a way to, you know, to manage my channel, and once I had him as like a channel manager in a sense, um, and that was great. He kept people informed, and that was very special to me. I can't remember why I made that decision, but I know that it was the right choice. And he was one of the very few people that knew just how special my channel was and how personal. So he never asked for pertinent details of my personal life. The man fed me when I needed it, which was Also, another great thing, he's not very well known for his kindness and generosity, but he is very much that. It was truly an honor being friends with. We will. Okay, we have a comment here. All right. Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay. From 10 Phoenix 01. Fulanoid was the rare kind of person on the internet that was both funny and intelligent, a master troll. He was a very enjoyable person to interact with, and I'm sad for his passing. But I'm happy to see he also touched a lot of people's lives in a positive way, mine included. Okay, we have, oh, excellent. We have a comment from, oh, is that Brian? Is that Brian J? If you're watching, hello, Brian. Rest in peace, Jeffrey. You will be greatly missed. He hosted Tubeverse server for many of us to play for several years. YouTubeverse, I believe that's for a game called Minecraft. And he hosted that all for free. I am forever grateful to him for that. As you can see, Jeffrey, he was many people and he enjoyed being, but it was all him, truly all him. And after it came time, I was back on my feet. I didn't see any point in removing him from my channel. And I'm glad that I did. So I suppose if his mother, Bernice, really wanted to, he could, she could go on YouTube and start posting videos to my channel and start trolling the hell out of everybody. But that's okay. I'm glad to have the years with him that I did, so. And I guess I'll be honest, this is very hard for me. It is. I definitely owe him that much, to at least. All right. We are still taking comments from the stream if anyone wants to. Any words from anyone else that is in the call or in the chat?
Can you hear me?
Oh, Brian. Brian.
Hi, yes, 'tis me.
Yeah. Right. I did read your comments. I'm sorry, I didn't expect you to pop in.
That's all right. I popped in just before, a little bit before you read it.
Right.
But yes, Jeffrey, very generous soul. Never really judgmental in any sort of serious or malicious way. Full of useful advice on many, many, many topics, and a great friend to have. As I said in my comment, brief though it was, he will be very greatly missed. And yeah, the YouTuberverse was indeed a Minecraft server, and it was a space where many of us from the great debate community, as it was then, who were on different sides of the discussion, could actually come together on a neutral space and play a survival game where instead of being at each other's throats over ideology, they would actually be somewhat forced to cooperate with each other to survive. And it was a very, albeit short-lived. I mean, it ran for about 4 or 5 years. Mike, Agent of Doubt, you were on that server as well, if I remember. Can you remember how long it was up for? Yeah,
It was up for years.
it was. And Jeffrey hosted it all for free, bless him. And as I said in my comment, I will be forever grateful to him for that, because it did allow that bridge building project to actually happen. So I feel there were a good many friendships that were consolidated, if not formed, as a result of interactions on that server. So thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, thank you. That's all I can really say.
All right. Thank you very much for popping in, speaking for us, Brian. That was quite the surprise. I was not expecting you at all, so thank you very much for that. Oh, okay. We have another comment here in Glitch Corner. Foxy Floof says, I didn't know him well, but I heard nothing but good about him, which is honestly very rare for anyone immersed in the internet. I'm sorry for everyone's loss. The world doesn't have enough like him. All right. And I think that's it. That's I think that's a good amount, unless anyone else has anything to add. And hell, even after the recording is done, I wouldn't mind hanging out for a bit. So, but yeah, that's the best thing about Feelanoid, about Jeffrey, is that he wasn't just kind and generous and courteous to people. Wasn't just wise. Jeffrey had a sense of uniting people. And that is a talent that I wish I had, or I wish I could do better. Nobody united people like him. He was very much a people person, though he may disagree with that statement. He was very much a people person. And with that, we'll bring things to a close. Burnus, do you have any final words? Burnus? Can everyone hear me?
We read you.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I'm hearing you just fine.
Oh, that's great. Usually Discord.
Oh no, she lost connection.
Probably. Oh, wow, she did. Well, that's all right. That's not a problem. She did say that she needed to go. She is a very busy one. Agent Adele, if you would cut the stream, please.